Somewhere in northern Minnesota, there is a place that no highways reach, where there are no restaurants or cabins, and not so much as a trail sign can be found. These are the majestic Boundary Waters. The seemingly endless glacier-carved lakes stretch for over 1 million acres amid dense boreal forests. The Boundary Waters Canoe Area, as it is officially called, was set aside as part of the National Wilderness Preservation System in 1964, and in 1978, motorized boats were banned on most of the territory. 2 summers ago, my dad, brothers, and I, along with a guide, trekked 60 miles in this wilderness area. We did it by portaging, which means we would canoe a lake until it ended, and then carry our canoes, clothes, and everything else to the next lake where we once again began canoeing. Most of the food we ate throughout the week was the fish we caught, and our water was filtered from the lake. Overall, this trip was 6 days long, and it was without a doubt the most incredible experience of my life. But the Boundary Waters territory is in danger. Due to its historical climate of short summers and extreme winter cold, the area of northern Minnesota is a boreal forest, with mostly pines like spruce or fir. But as the climate warms, this area is in danger of transitioning to a barren savanna. This could occur in several ways. First, if the climate of the area warms enough, the water balance will change, causing a drought. This change in balance would mean more water is evaporated than precipitated, and due to the very shallow topsoil in the area, this would spell the end for many of the current standing trees. Another way that the boreal forest could be replaced would be through a blowdown. Once again referring to the shallow soils, these pines can easily be blown down by storms, even acres all at once. Previously, this was not a long-term threat, as the baby trees in the understory were also boreal, and so the forest was not changed when the blown-down trees were replaced. But recently, deciduous trees like maples have moved into the understory, and so a large blowdown could cause a massive replacement of tree types. In the short term, this would cause a different type of forest to be present, but in the long term, as the forest continues to dry, something like a prairie with scattered maple trees would be the new Boundary Waters. But I did not trek across the prairies of northern Minnesota. It was the dense boreal forest. The backstory of this journey has a lot of meaning to me, especially when it's looked at through the eyes of global warming. When my dad was a senior in high school, he went on the same trip to the Boundary Waters as me. Growing up, I always asked him to tell me stories about how they survived off the fish they caught, hung food in the air so that the bears couldn't eat it, and watched the northern lights. And so, the summer before my senior year, I experienced all these things. But my fear is this: will my son or daughter be able to experience the Boundary Waters just like my dad did, and I did as well? If this landscape is destroyed by global warming, I may not get to pass down this torch. This is obviously a tangible example of my climate change worries, and in comparison to events like hurricanes and climate refugees, the loss of natural beauty may feel insignificant. But natural beauty has brought joy to my life, as well as countless others. The appreciation for nature is a generational love, and I don't want to see that go away. I do feel somewhat hopeful, though, for this situation. I believe that many of those in my generation who will influence politics feel similar to me. While many in power now do not feel the urgency for this issue, it is definitely pressing on the minds of those who will inherit the earth next.